Alright, what's going on, guys? We are here on a local lake here in Weston. Going to be doing some ultralight fishing, which is one of my favorite ways to fish. This is attempt number 2 at catching some fish today. I fished another local lake a little bit earlier today, and I got absolutely nothing. So I'm hoping I'm hoping this session today goes a little bit better than the session I had earlier today. So let's give it a shot, and let's see what happens. So here is the lake we're going to be fishing. It's kind of in like a little shopping complex. Lure that we're going to be going with is a little Nico stonefly on a 1 gram jig head. I think it's a size 10 or a size 12 hook, fairly small. On this lake I would normally like to throw something a little bit bigger, just because usually there's a lot of like vegetation here close to shore, and the water's also usually fairly deep, so something that could sink down a little bit better. But I used that earlier today. That's what I had tied on, so we're going to go with it. If it doesn't work out, or if I break off or something, maybe we'll tie something on that's just a little bit bigger. But for now, we'll swim it back, we'll twitch it a little bit. It's already hitting all those grasses out there. And we'll see if we can catch some fish here. Got him. First fish of the day, and of course he swam down in all these weeds. Little largemouth or peacock. It is a little peacock. Let's get him on in here. There we go. Solid little fish to start the session. Alrighty, so first fish of the day. It's it is a pretty small one, but on the ultralight gear, it's a solid size. I mean, it's going to be bigger than most of the bluegills most people are going to catch around the country. So yeah, solid little start. Let's get this guy back, and let's keep fishing, see what else we can find in here. Oh, I got a little one. Huh, look at this thing, little largemouth. Alright, so this is a tiny guy. On several of my casts today, I've brought in a whole bunch of these like grasses and weeds with me, so I was pretty sure that's what this guy was. And he did come in with a little bit of a couple grasses and weeds, but I had no idea I had a fish on until I actually felt a little bit of a pull. But yeah, let's get this guy back, and let's keep going. Got him. Let's get him out of these grasses. That feels like an okay size one. Probably similar to that first one we caught. It's a Mayan cichlid. Alright, so I'm not sure if this is the biggest of the day or if that peacock was bigger. I think the peacock was longer, but I don't know if the peacock was heavier. Anyway, these guys always fight really well. Like, peacocks fight pretty well. But yeah, I don't think anything pound for pound, freshwater or even saltwater, compares to these guys. So let's pop the hook out of this one, and let's get him back. All right, so we're on the same lake in a different spot, and this fountain used to be over there. So I don't know how it got over here, but it is now super close to the shoreline. This has usually been a pretty good spot because there's some pretty deep water close to shore. It is tough to fish it though because you've got these very thick and tall grasses that do extend out a little bit, but I can usually get some fish right on that grass line. But I wonder if this fountain now being so much closer is going to impact that at all. Let's see if we can pick one or two fish off of that grass line there. Like that, right on target. That's a pretty okay sized largemouth. If I can get him in here through and over all of this stuff. There we go. Alrighty, so second largemouth of the day. Definitely the biggest one. That first one we got was tiny. On par with the size of that peacock we caught. Let me try to get this guy into some open water there so he doesn't have to work his way through all this. But yeah, right on cue, right on target. I was talking about how I can usually pick up some fish right on the edge of those grasses. And, well, that proved true. All right, so pretty good session. Let's keep going. See if we can pick off a couple more here. Come on. That's the problem with this spot. Not only are the grasses thick, but like some of these like thicker grasses, I'm talking about like the actual grass blade or whatever it is, they're really thick and really strong. So if your line gets hooked into one of those, it's tough to get your lure back. All right, did we get it back? We sure did. That was a little scary. This is my last Nico stonefly, so if I lose this thing, I've either got to call it a day or I got to try some other lure, and I would really rather not do that. So let's try to be a little more careful here. There we go. And try not to get it stuck in the grasses. And very next cast, almost if it was right on cue, I broke off my final Nico stonefly. So we're gonna go with this little Z-Man shad fries on a slightly bigger jig head, 1/32 ounce. A little bit beat up, it's barely hanging on there. Caught plenty of fish on that. Obviously not today, but in the past. So let's see if we can maybe get a couple more on that thing before it breaks apart completely, because I really like to get another maybe 2 or 3 fish before we call it a day here. All right, we'll make one more cast here, but unfortunately I've been fishing this thing for, I don't know, 20 minutes or so. Walked back and forth here several times, and I got absolutely nothing to show for it. So final cast here at the Z-Man shad fries, and then we're gonna call it a day if we get nothing here on this last one. All right, guys, so that's going to do it. And we got off to actually a pretty good start, I would say. The first 20 minutes or so, we got a peacock, we got a Mayan, and a largemouth, not in that order. And I thought it was going to be a pretty good session, and I think it might have finished as a pretty good session, because then we came over to this part of the lake. We got another pretty nice largemouth right away. And then unfortunately, I broke off my final Nico stonefly. So a few years ago, I bought, well, a several-year supply of Nico soft plastics. I've still got a lot of the bass soft plastics left, just because I don't bass fish that much anymore. But I guess I'm out of all of the like little Nico panfish soft plastics that I bought. Used to fish all the Nico products a lot. Still fish them a good amount, just not as much as I used to, and they're all really, really great. Stonefly is great. The caddisfly is great. If we're talking about panfish lures, so I got to put it in order and get some more of those. The micro worms they have are also great. So yeah, looks like I got to put it in order for some more Nico soft plastics. They are really good. The Z-Man shad fries. It's a solid lure. I've caught a lot of fish on it. Just for whatever reason, not today. But yeah, still really happy with the way the session went. Been fishing here for a little bit less than an hour, I'd say. And considering that this morning when I went fishing, I got absolutely nothing in a similar lake nearby, I did not have very high hopes when I got here. So just catching any fish was great, and we got our hands on a couple fish here. So yeah, enough rambling. Hope you guys liked it, and I will see you guys next time.